Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard, Moon, Fangs, and Cerulean Blaze case ratio results. We just opened up a case of the latest Cardfight Vanguard booster set in my group of friends, and I figured we'd go over all the cards that was pulled from this one case. Very, very happy with the results for the case in total. So we'll go ahead and get started. For our biggest pull, it was the DSR Polyphonica Drive Artisaria that is immediately going into a sleeve. After this video, we had two double frame rares pulled, the first one being Polyphonic Overdrive Artisaria, and the second one is the sealed Blaze Dragon Yuga Mashad. For our last two double rares, so more likely the DSR was taken up by a slot for the third double frame rare. For our triple rares, we had a good variety, hoping we were pulling some other ratios for some, but for the Dragon Empires, we had 5 Buff Sagra, we had 5 Yuga Mashads, and then we had the 4 Drag Ritter Kawakoza, which these names are crazy. For Dark States, we had the 5 copies of Astroya Almagestar, the 5 copies of Colossus, and then the 5 copies of Colorful Magician. For Brontgate, we had sadly only 4 copies of Vice Ruger for the triple rares, but we did have 5 copies of Wolfzan Resner for the other triple rare Missy Arc, and then the 5 copies of the Wandel Regenborg. I don't think anything goes above the 5 mark with these cases. We had 5 copies of Houndraiser Aoi, and then the 5 copies of Spear Selvrus, the 5 copies of Sage of Heavenly Rainbow Luveron, and then for Stoicheia, 5 copies of Argo Siren Calliopeia. For the other Stoicheia, 5 copies of Acquired Pantareed, and the 5 copies of Sea Rainbow Dragon Oranoxio. For Lyrical Monasterio, we had 5 copies of Artisaria, and the 4 copies of Devilish Flanger Lufer, the 5 copies of 7 News Bridge Luciel, and then the final triple rare being the 5 copies of Dragon Tree of Advent Sephirogilla. For the frame rares, there was actually a wide variety of frame rares pulled, so good number for all of those as well, as you can quickly see here. Since they were mostly just one-ofs, I could say a good majority of each frame rare was pulled, but there really wasn't an order to them. No multiples, looks like double-wise for any of the frame rares. And the same goes for the silver rares that we pulled, but a good number of triple rare silver rares pulled, like Vice Ruger and then Rosner, as well as Yuga Mashad, and I believe Artisaria was also pulled in the group. For the overtriggers, we actually pulled 2 of each overtrigger as well, so 1 in each box for 20 total to be pulled, with the final double rares also being pulled with the added numbers that you see here, being what looks to be a 5 of count for the majority of all of the double rares pulled in the set as well. So that seems to be the norm for the ratios pulled there. If something else were to be pulled for that majority, I would assume it would have taken up the DSR spot with potentially another double frame rare or a secret pull as well. But like I said, just wanted to do a quick case ratio video for you all as well to take a look at everything we pulled. A couple extra ones that we go through, because one big one and one of the sought after commons is the actual Raven Rog that you need 16 copies of for the Vice Ruger deck. So in total we pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 copies of this Messiah card as well. So basically if you want to play the full 16 play set from the one set as well. And other than that, markers, all that pulled in, I would say maybe similar ratios to all those as well. But as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia out.